Behind me is our 2022 Tesla Model Y Performance in the midnight silver color. Recently, I made a video showcasing the front of the car where I installed the Defense Plus PPF, but I also want to make this video to let you know the entire Model Y has the Defense Plus PPF. Once I got the front end done and I got more comfortable with PPF, they sent out the rear part of the car. So the good part about you doing the PPF work is that you can start with the front, do the middle, and then do the rear. And that way you just do them step by step, and you also save a lot of money. Again, all of this PPF was sent out to me for free for this car, but I do have a full car PPF on our red Model Y Performance, which we did have to pay for that PPF. So this one was sent out to me for free. The other one, I got a bit of discount. If you do want to get a bit of discount yourself by using my code POGAuto on Drive Protected website, you will save 20% from your order. By using my code, I don't get any commission. That's simply there for my viewers to save a bit of money. Just finished PPFing this entire Model Y Performance using the Drive Protected Defense Plus paint protection film. I have done the front end right away as soon as we got the car, because that is the most important thing to get done, especially on your new vehicle, because this is where everything hits immediately. Having a PPF on a whole car, like I literally just sprayed it with water and just wiped it, because it has a self-healing layer to it. So I'm not scared of creating any swirl marks. This being the midnight silver, it gets pretty hot from the sun, and that way it self-heals pretty much everything. Like there's no any swirl mark on the car. And again, I just sprayed it with water and simply wiped it. So that's the nicest part. So right here, you can see, if I point out some of my mistakes, you can see a little bit of dirt got collected over there. But other than that, the installation of this door turned out great. This was the most, not hard, but you have to be really careful because this is a whole one piece all the way to here. So I had my dad helping me out whenever I was putting this piece. So he held it and then I could easily do it. So this was a pretty big piece. The things here do wrap around the edges very nicely, as you can see. So it gives you a nice clean install. Wraps around here as well, but it does start on the edge here. And something I've learned is you do want to give yourself a little bit of space. Like right here, I think I left a bit too much, but you want to make it so it's like something like this, because if it's over, it's going to start collecting dirt like this. Drive Protected has a lot of videos showing you how to properly install PPF. So if I didn't watch any of their videos, I could never pull this off. Here's the quarter panel, really nice on this midnight silver one. Turned out great, as you can see. Rear bumper, very nice as well. This is a two-piece, so this is a piece and this is a piece. So on the Performance, there's a spoiler, and to install this PPF, you have to remove the spoiler. In my case, I chose not to do that. I left the spoiler on here and I put the PPF and then I cut it. So you can see here, I ended up cutting it. There's the seam, which is almost invisible, but it's a two-piece. And I cut it right here and on the bottom here. So I pretty much cut it so that way I didn't have to remove the spoiler and then try to re-put it or anything like that. So that's how that ended up being. And then we got this back portion here, which again, very nice. And this was missing the line part here, so I also cut this up a little bit. You can see there for the dual motor line being the Performance. So this is mainly cut for a long range Model Y, but even if you say it's the Performance, this is kind of how you get it seems like. We've got the bumper piece here again, and this one, for example, does not wrap around here, so this stops right there. On our red one, it wraps around here, so you could ask for that. Got the quarter panel on the driver's side here, very nicely installed, and also it wraps around here for a nice seamless install. Very, very nice. Driver's side door, a little bit of bubble in here. Driver's door. Then we have the mirror piece over here. Did a great job installing this mirror piece. However, I didn't do the best installing it on the red car, which we will look in a moment. But there it is. And then of course we've got the bumper, and to me by far the front bumper is like the hardest one to do, but I ended up getting much better at it. You just got to take your time. And here is the red performance with the entire car wrapped in full PPF. And same thing here, I just washed it. Okay, so we've got some road tar or something right there. Cool thing to have PPF just for that as well. But yeah, there's the fender. Turned out great. And right here I have a little bit of dust collecting, and that's because it looks like I left a bit more space here than here. It's pretty hard to show on camera, but again, if you do this, try to keep it like about 1 millimeter or 2 rather than, because if it's too far out, you see it starts collecting dust, whereas if it's perfect, look at that, it turns out great. Got the side camera marker part, a little bit of dust left right there and here, but the good part is it's protected. Like whenever you have this car parked somewhere, you don't worry about people accidentally touching it with their doors or like going right up against it like this with their zippers. You don't have to worry about them scratching your paint. And you see right here is what I meant, like I didn't do the best job for this car. It's full of bugs. There's this part right there. A-pillar part goes all the way here. On this car, I did it all by myself. I didn't have anyone holding it. Quarter panel. Tailgate. So this one, again, I had to cut it. That's how it turned out. Had a little bit of dust collecting. And the reason this one has quite a bit of dust on the edges is, so it was like very hot days, so I ended up PPFing the car with the garage door open, and with all the dust, I guess, cars driving by, it ended up getting stuck to the edges. You see here, I have to cut this a little bit of excess material here, but it's easy. I just simply cut it and then I can rip it off, and then it'll be much nicer. Same deal here. We've got the dual motor badge. I had to cut a little bit for the line. The quarter panel here on the passenger side had a finger over here, so when I pushed it down, that's kind of what it turned out like. This bumper piece, I had to get it replaced because what happened is, I feel like this passenger side, I did not use the isopropyl alcohol during my prep, and maybe Tesla had wax on the car or something, and I had very hard time stretching it to stick on this side. So Drive Protected was nice enough to send me the replacement. I didn't have to pay for it, which was very kind of them because it was totally my fault. And you see this one also wraps around here, so it kind of goes and wraps around to protect this part. This also wraps around here for the tailgate. Rear passenger door, again, wraps around. We've got the passenger side door. The mirror could have been better. I don't know what I was thinking, but I rushed doing this car. Like, look how nice this one turned out. This one I was doing it quick, plus again leaving the garage door open, it was much more dustier environment. So unfortunately I could have done a better job on this car, and I didn't. But again, the paint will be protected. There's the roof, the fender here. Also got the headlight protection on this one from Drive Protected. It was very, very easy to install and turned out great. There's the front bumper, And with the Teslas, guys, you have to get the bumper at least protected, because look at that, it's full of bugs, and the only way to get rid of it is you have to scrub it. And if you scrub it, you're going to create swirl marks, and the paint protection film helps you with swirl marks. It self-heals and stuff, and you're not scratching the paint or anything like that, which is really cool. I think it was a bit worse than my first PPF work, because again, leaving it open, a lot of cars drove up dust, and it ended up being much harder to do this. Another thing having the PPF is good for is for the winter months, for example, we use brushes and stuff to clean the snow off of the car. And now having a PPF on the hood, which by the way was the easiest, or it is the easiest piece to put PPF on, in my opinion. It's so nice because I can simply just wipe it without worrying about causing scratches or swirl marks during the winter months. So having PPF on the car will protect it from swirl marks, scratches, rock chips. It will just minimize all of that. Plus the self-healing makes this so much nicer. I mean, look at the gloss it brought up to this car. And I just simply sprayed it with water and just wiped it. There's no any soap used on it. Nothing like that. And look at that gloss from the Defense Plus film. It is amazing. It also got the hydrophobic layer, so every time you put the water on it, it just slides off. So that's really nice and cool. There's also the PPF installation kit. So this one, for example, we got it when we bought it for the red car. I really like these spray bottles because they're color coded as well, you see. So I put the blue for the slip solution, red for the tack solution, and that way I knew which one was what. Before, when I was doing the Midnight Silver and my Model X, it was these two bottles, and every time I had to like quickly glance which one was the slip solution, which one was the tack solution. So yeah, it's nice that now they give you these color coded ones, which is great. You got the squeegee here, high quality. Most important piece of installing the PPF is this squeegee right here. Got the PPF knife over here and a little bit of sample Defense Plus film so you can practice on. I did end up buying one of these pump kind of spray bottles, but these here, great bottles for sure to get the job done. Here's my suggestions you have to do. First of all, close your garage door, have the least dust possible. Use the isopropyl alcohol to wipe the whole car. Make sure you really get the whole car. I do recommend the Defense Plus film. I'm very happy with it. And I think recently they announced their matte finish, which is the stealth look. And if I knew about it, we would have waited before purchasing this glossy finish. That way, I think this red would have looked so much nicer in the matte finish. Just keep your garage door closed maybe so that the results will be more like the Midnight Silver one. And that was the second car I did a full PPF on. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. I'll see you guys in the next one.